I am an individual with a family member with mental illness, and I am also the president of NAMI Blue Water Area. And what NAMI is an organization really focused on providing support and advocacy for family members of individuals with mental illness, and also, works side by side with those with mental illness. And I have experienced personally a really difficult situation and have seen firsthand the difference between someone receiving treatment from the private system versus what life is like when they receive treatment from the public mental health system. So I want to share my story a little bit. My family member was receiving private mental health services for several years, had taken the same medication for close to 5 years, was on the same, depressed. It got so bad and there was never a change in her medication when she see that doctor. Eventually she became so depressed that she attempted suicide. And when she did that, obviously her mental health was at a low, but not only that, her physical health was extremely horrible to the fact that to the point that she was in a hospital for months, rehab for months. And because she lost her job at that point, she obtained Medicaid services, which allowed her to then work with the public mental health system. And the difference in how she flourished after that, she was able to recover physically thanks to Medicaid as well. But once she got back on her feet, she received individualized treatment with her providers. There was actually follow-up. She had blood work done. None of this had ever been done before in the private mental health system that she was in for years and years. So when I look at back and seeing how the public mental health system impacted her, I have to look at what she is today. Today she actually works in the public mental health system. It impacted her that much. She's giving back to the people that are in the system where she was just several years ago. She's able to see her grandkids. She's able to function normally in society. It's really a story from someone who I went to work and could not get off the couch until someone who is working and loves her job in public mental health and working every day, being a great grandma, living a full life. The difference is incredible.
With public mental health services, I feel like I was treated equally from any other person, regardless of my brand of insurance card that I handed the person at the front desk. I feel like in certain environments, the moment that you hand over that bright green Medicaid card, the attitude sometimes shifts. And I didn't feel that here.
Since receiving services at CMH, I'm able to leave the house now. My panic attacks have lessened up. I've been in hospital free for 7 years now.
While I was coming to CMH, I began to find hope again. I began to find a desire to live again. I learned how to let go of the past and accept it. I learned how to forgive not only others, but myself as well. I learned how to accept and move on. A scary thing happened. I started to hope again. I hadn't had hope in a very, very long time. And while I was coming to CMH, I found the ability to hope again, which I didn't think was ever going to happen again. And I wouldn't have been able to do that with any of that without Medicaid. A lot of veterans either can't get veteran medical services or, to be honest, do not wish to get veteran medical services. I utilized Medicaid to come to CMH and get that hope that I never thought I would find again.
My son's plan, which involves all of the services through CMH, are very specific to him. We're not denied services based on diagnosis. My son has many different diagnoses, and we have experience with like Blue Cross, like, okay, so your son qualifies for this, but not this. With Medicaid, it's much more open. There's a lot more opportunity. My case manager is very versed in everything that my son qualifies for. His life isn't easy. It hasn't been easy. And if it weren't for public health care, then it would be even more limited.
Everybody talks about how it takes a village to raise a family. And CMH is my village right now. And they are like family, and they are helping us. They're helping me so that my children can grow to be healthy, happy adults.
It's helped me basically pick myself up off of my lowest low and help me celebrate my highest high. I don't drive, and I was able to come to Clubhouse, which is provided through Medicaid insurance, and I was able to walk there every day for about 4 or 5 years, and now I have an associate's degree because of Medicaid.
Because of Medicaid, I was able to get my fight back to take back my life from anxiety, to find programs and things and services and people that actually cared, to help enough with people that go through things that I have. My physical conditions that I was diagnosed with, high anxiety, depression. Without Medicaid, I wouldn't have been able to afford any of those services. I wouldn't be able to stand here today better than I was 5, 6 years ago. Medicaid is essential to all of us.
I was able to get the treatment that I needed currently in my life with EMDR. I don't know if I had any other insurance that I would be able to have that right now, and that would have been really, really tough. So I was really, really happy for that, and I have a deep sense of gratitude that I have this opportunity to reclaim my life back the way that I want it, the way that I need it.
St. Clair County specifically is noticing a massive cinching in of the waist of who's available for services for anything, whether it be for your dentist, whether it be for your orthopedic, whether OBGYN, dwindling, and it's getting harder and harder to find people to go to for these health concerns, and it's rapidly becoming, you hear about food deserts. Do we really want to be a medical desert? Do we want to be for anyone, but especially for those of our community that want to improve on their mental health, and what that would look like if that was to be removed?
We need a service to be ahead of the curve, because it's a lot more cost effective to get somebody to work and to get somebody part of a community and to get someone passionate about recovery and passionate about living their life again. It's a lot cheaper than constantly having people go back and forth through inpatient hospitalizations.
If I didn't have Medicaid, my life would have gone downhill if I didn't have Medicaid.
If we didn't have Medicaid, I don't even know what our family would look like. At least to say, I don't think that our family would be together with how things were with my oldest son. I honestly can't even begin to think of where we would be. That's a hard one to answer.
If Medicaid wasn't around, then I wouldn't have the services that I do. I don't think it would be covered. I don't think that I would be able to go to EMDR, be able to see the therapist I'm seeing. I don't think that I would even be in this room here speaking to you. I think that I could have been in a pinch.
If Medicaid and CMH had not been for me there at that exact time, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be alive today.
I would just hope that before making changes that affect people's lives, maybe we go out and set eyes on the people and set eyes on the programs that would be significantly impacted by those decisions.
I lean a lot more to the conservative side of life than I do the liberal side of life, but there are basic human needs and human services that need to go on, and I think, you know, by gutting, if you will, you know, this mental health issue and all of that, I just, again, I reiterate, I think it's disastrous. We're looking at just a domino effect of things falling apart.
Aside from my individual story, I also am the facilitator for a support group for family members of individuals with mental illness, and we do that once a month. And I see the difference between private mental health care and public mental health care often. When somebody comes in and their family member has public mental health care, they usually have treatment right away. There's something like a crisis team that comes in when they're having a crisis, help them out, get them to the hospital or where they need to go. Looking at when people, quite frankly, when people walk in with a family member with private insurance, the support group lets out a sigh and knows that it's going to be a lot more difficult for them to get the care that they need. The wait to get into a psychiatrist is so high. Whereas we have the public mental health system quite literally has people coming the second that you're in crisis. They will come out to your house, get you on the phone. The difference is just night and day. There's nothing like that in the private healthcare system. So on behalf of those in my support group and also on behalf of my family, I urge you to protect the public mental health system. These are necessary services that are individualized, and those with mental illness will not get the same type of care that they're receiving with public mental health services in the private world.
I feel like we as human beings need to come together and help one another. There's a lot of people out there that are suffering. There's a lot of people out there that need someone, that need someone to pick them up. I was picked up once upon a time, and I was pulled out of my hole, and there's others that need that. And without Medicaid, there's a lot of people that are not going to get the help they need. They're not going to get the care that they need. And that, for coming from someone who was there, who lived that life, who was in a hole, that's terrifying. We as human beings need to take care of one another. We need to come together.